Hey, welcome back. This is episode number 6, our final episode of the Song Production for Guitarists series featuring Luna, the recording system from Universal Audio. I'm Congilio, and I'm going to walk you through the final stages here to really get our mix sounding great. We had some super easy steps to get to this point. This is not a huge mixing tutorial. This is for the folks that just want to get their feet wet, record a little bit, have a great unit like an Apollo, and make it all come together so that you can bounce down and have some really, really great fun mixes to listen to in your car, share them with your friends, put them on the internet, do whatever you want. But Luna obviously has some really, really deep places it can go, but this series was just a way for you as a guitar player to get some sounds down and make your mixes sound pretty darn good. All right, so I think we've gotten to that point so far, but we want to add a few other really important components to our mix that that Luna does better than anything else out there, because frankly, it's what's special for Luna, and that's adding tape saturation to every channel, and we're going to add something called Neve summing to our mix as well. Really, really cool. So we talked a little bit about what a plugin is and what it does, and if you look over here on my window where it says tape, we're going to hit that little plus symbol. This is just a fake track. And over here on the left, you'll see Oxide or Studer A800. Now these are tape emulation plugins, and what they're going to do is give your tracks the sound and feel as if they were recorded to 2-inch tape, which is the way that if budgets and options were endless, we could all record to 2-inch tape and have this wonderful fat sound that so many of our great favorite recordings had, for sure. Now, we can actually simulate that by putting it here in this tape slot. We can hit Oxide, and Oxide is a tape plugin that is provided for you when you get Luna. Now, if you wish, you can purchase the Studer tape plugin as well, and that's going to give you even more control and similar to what would be available like on a big Studer 2-inch recording machine. Okay, so but for now, Oxide, I put Oxide on every track, and let's just hear it without that, and then we'll hit the power button and we'll instantiate all of those, and here we get. So here we go. No tape. Okay, so that's no tape right there. Let's take our power button, and what's cool is we can take our mouse and slide it across all of those buttons. We can turn that one off because it's a blank track. Let's make sure we start back at the beginning. There we are. Let's hear it. Turn it off. Now what I notice immediately is that the highs become crisper, the lows get more punchy, and there's an overall glue that's happening to the tracks when the saturation is on. Now you can see some I have turned up more than others. As you turn that knob up, it'll kind of grind away and give you some distortion actually at the same time, because that's what would happen if you did that in a recording studio. So let's hear it one more time. I love putting the tape saturation on all my channels because it really brings all of my instruments to life and really makes it kind of sound more like what I'm used to hearing and what I've been hearing for years. Now, if we scroll up here on the main fader, we can bring in what's called Neve summing. Now, this is really important. Summing means that we're sending everything down to one main master fader. So if I hit play and pulled the main fader down, we wouldn't hear anything because everything's going to it. Bring it back to 0, good to go. Now, Neve summing is something Neve summing is something that is available only in Luna, and it's really remarkable because it works within the program. It's not a plugin. You can activate what's called the extension for it, and that is going to be an extra purchase once you get Luna. But hey, Luna's free, so it's pretty amazing. Now this is simulating some wonderful aspects of vintage Neve consoles, and what really makes, again, like the tape saturation, makes our recording sound closer to what we're used to hearing. You know, recording consoles like Neve's will bring in a lot of harmonics and different things into your tracks that really bring them to life. When you have transformers affecting sound, it really does something to your audio that, frankly, I can't describe. I'm not an audio expert like that. But what's great is that Luna allows you to incorporate that into your tracks, and you're going to hear that it's really going to bring everything together. And all we got to do is hit the in and out button here, and so we'll bring it in and we'll adjust our headroom. I find that just straight up and down works really well for me. And then the trim is basically your overall output control and how it's hitting sort of a virtual transformer in a console. So let's start with it out, actually. Hit spacebar, we'll start it. Listen to that kick drum. More color. Take it out, it gets a little duller, not as much life back in. So you're going to love when you're able to kind of put that on your track or a number of tracks via a busing system, which is that's for another video that some other folks can probably explain better than me. But you should know that you want to take advantage of this if you're really going to be doing some recording here. It's going to make your mixes sound a lot more pro. Now, another thing that's really cool is they've added this impedance selector switch on here, which really simulates something that you were able to do on old Neve consoles as well. Listen to how it warms up and brings the low end in when I switch from high to low. Different sonic characteristics depending on where the switch is. All right, so you can see by just adding those simple things that we've done over the past two videos, we can make this track get even bigger and come to life even better than we have. All right, so now we're back here in the edit window and we want to bounce this down. So you can go over to where it says workflow here, and you can select this toggle mix workflow right here, and you can hit the mix down button, and it's going to bring up this set of screens over here. All right, so now it's time to actually mix this down. We want to create maybe an MP3 or a WAV file so that we can start to share this music. We want to go over here where it says workflow. You can hit this button right here, and you can hit that button that says mix down, and it'll bring up this window over here. Now there's a lot going on. Another thing I like to do is just hit Command Option B, and that'll bring me to the same window. Get used to your keyboard functions and shortcuts. They're really going to save you a lot of time. Now, what you can do is you can say where you want to save it to. You could save it to a Dropbox or desktop or any of that kind of thing. We can change the file type. We can say if we wanted a WAV, AIFF, or AAC, which is like a high-end MP3 there, or a high-quality MP3. And we can just go here, double-click that. We can call it anything we want now. We could call it Days Ago Final Mix. And then we would hit mix down. It would basically kind of scan the files and make it into a listenable stereo file that you can send to anybody or put on your phone or upload it to anything that you want to and listen to it just as you would a normal MP3 or WAV file. All right, so I know we're just scratching the surface there. I didn't want to go too deep into a lot of the other functions, but let's say you just bought an Apollo or Arrow from Universal Audio and you want to get your feet wet. Well, guess what? They give you a free recording system. It's called Luna. We've been working with it for 6 episodes now, tracking guitar parts in it. This has been a very guitar-centric oriented video, but hey, that's what I do, and that's what I use Luna for every day. I really love this program, and I'm just getting deeper and deeper into it every time I turn it on. If you got any questions, scour YouTube and find either my videos or videos on Universal Audio's site as well, as they have so many great tutorials there on just taking deep dives into Luna and finding out what it can offer. They're an amazing company. I'm flattered to even be associated with them because they're just wonderful people, lots of friends there, and I just can't wait to keep seeing what they put out and enjoying using it. All right, I'm Corey Congilio. This is the final episode of Song Production for Guitarists with Luna, the recording system from Universal Audio. I'll see you out there.